Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be another declutter. We're getting back into it again. We've only got two more to do, so this one and one more. This one here is, I wouldn't say it's the most exciting declutter, so I kind of done this one in like two different things together to kind of the two least exciting things for me together. And it's going to be my single shadows, so the ones that are in, like, I literally just filmed with some, these kind of ones you build your own palette kind of thing. And it's going to be my face palettes as well, because the face palettes literally took me like 10 minutes to do, so it wasn't that long. And my actual single shadows as well. This is not a hardcore declutter because a lot of them I kept. You will see it's probably not the most exciting one, but it's still interesting to see what I did get rid of. And you also get to see a little bit more of my collection as well. So it's here. That's all I can really say. I'm excited for it because I know once I get this one done, my next one is the really exciting one, the one that everyone is waiting for, the one that I am waiting to do because I cannot wait to do this next one. It's going to be my palette, my actual curated palette declutter. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I need to go through them. My drawers are driving me bananas. I've got palettes here. I've got palettes over there. I got a palette here and they just don't fit in my drawer. So, and I'm ordering more palettes because Glamlight just like dropped their next Chucky palette, which no one knew about, including me. What the hell? Have to order that. And I'm going to be getting the Halloween collections I'm going to be doing as well. I did order two palettes on, well, it was on Monolith Shop, which is like a European retailer, but I got the Wizard palette from Fantasy Cosmetica because I was just dying for that. I was waiting for that to come in. And I got my first ever Cosmic Brushes palette, and you'll be surprised at which one I got. I think so. I think you will. So they're on the way to me. Currently the Chucky one is not, but it will be. And once I actually order it, and then I'll be getting that. And then I'm not buying any more palettes. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. Unless Black Friday, there's really good deals. I don't know. But yeah, we need to declutter those. But that's not what this video is about. This one is a bit of a smaller declutter. It's just more kind of to see what's in my collection, what I kind of just got rid of. Old things that just needed to go. That's all it was really. So before we get into the declutter, this look is filmed. It will be live on my channel, or already is live on my channel, I think. So hit subscribe down below to see that. And then my Instagram and TikTok are both linked down below if you want to see a little bit of extra content from me. So go follow them down there. So let us jump to past Karla, because I already filmed the declutter part of this, so I already know what happens. And we get to see what I actually decluttered, the very small amount of things that I decluttered for this collection, and you get to see my collection again. So let us get into the declutter. Okay guys, so we are going to get into another declutter, and we are going to do our single shadows, which it's not going to be a lot decluttered from this, and I'm not going to do a count on this because there's so many single shadows in this. It's just, yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. And I'm not going to get rid of a lot of them. You'll see as we go. There is a few I probably will get rid of, but I'm not going to get rid of a lot of them. And then we're also going to do in this video my face palettes that I have, because I don't have a lot of them and I know I want to get rid of a few of them. So I think combining these two together, and then my last declutter is going to be my eyeshadow palettes, actual eyeshadow palettes. So I think that's going to be fun. I think that's the best way for me to do this. It makes the most sense for me. So we're going to get into it. We're going to do some miscellaneous. I have a couple of miscellaneous down here. And then the rest we'll kind of just go through as I grab things. So I'll do by brands. I've got like a lot of Inglaw here, as you can see. I've got some MAC. I've got some Makeup Geek. I've got some Colourpop over here. And then I've got Glaminatrix, Terramoons, and Cliona Cosmetics over this side. So we'll go through everything, see what we want to keep. I definitely know I'm getting rid of a few bits, so let's get into it. So first up, we're going to go through this one here, this little Essence palette. It is a build your own palette, and it's a nice little palette. I built it myself, and you could just pick random shades. To be honest, I don't know why I picked these colors. They're very wishy-washy, and this one was beautiful. It had like a gold overspray, but it was just an overspray. It's very much just a satin kind of shimmer. I never use shades like this. I don't know why I picked that one. And this is like your regular champagne, and then a mint. That's kind of just a bit wishy-washy. So I think I'm going to get rid of this because I know I just don't use it. I sometimes pull a random shade out of it, but I don't really. So I think it's time to get rid of this. And then the next one is also one I'm going to get rid of. This is really old. This is from Fuchsia. It's an Irish brand, or was an Irish brand. It's no longer available anymore. And this is also a build your own palette, and I picked these shades for this one. These are really nice colors. They're very like much a thick metallic sort of feel to them. And I've got like a nice lavender, which is beautiful, a copper, a peach, and then another champagne up here. But again, I just don't grab these. I definitely have more shades in my collection that I would rather go for, and I think it's time for this to go. Okay, just move my Inglot palettes out of the way because I'm going to do MAC because I don't have many MAC shadows. So this first one here is one I'm definitely going to keep all of these. These are a combination. These are just single shadows. These ones here and these you cannot depot. Well, this one and this one you can get them in refills, but the rest you can't. I just depotted them myself. So we have got some Dazzle shadows here. So this one and this one are Dazzle Extremes, which are like super foiled metallic, and then these four here are regular Dazzle shadows. These are like the most beautiful. I do have another one I've got, Oh So Guilty, as well, which is a kind of white gold champagne as well, and I'm definitely going to depot that and pop that in here as well to go with these. These ones over here are extra dimension shadows. These are also quite foil, but very thin foil. Really nice, really shiny, metallic, that kind of thing. Sweet Heat is one of the most beautiful kind of beige shimmers ever, which sounds really boring, but it's not. Smoky Mauve over here as well, and then this one is Ready to Party. Yes, Ready to Party, and they're all in there. And I'm going to keep all these because I do add them when I'm going to work, or if I'm, I don't know, doing anything. I kind of just pop them in every now and again, especially this one, which is I Like to Watch, is stunning. It's like a tan base with a green sparkle to it. Is the best Dazzle shadow to own. Now some of these are quite dirty, so just, you know, ignore that. This here, oh, you fell out, is my double palette. So it's double-sided here, which is great for makeup artists, which I am one. I don't have a lot of MAC shades. The magnets are not very strong in this, but a lot of these I depotted and just added a magnet to. It's just that the magnet is not very strong in this. This is a bit of a mix of kind of everything that I have from MAC eyeshadow wise, and I did a big depot session, so a lot of these are kind of limited edition or discontinued or something like that. I have a blush in here which is Love Cloud, which was the most beautiful pink blush that MAC do. It was stunning. We have got my favorite shade, and I've got two of them, this one and this one, in Copper Plate, which is the most perfect like brown grey kind of taupe sort of shade. Great for a contour on pale skin, great for an eyebrow shade if you have that kind of ashy blonde hair, great just as an all over eyeshadow or something like just through your crease to give you that like shadowed effect. It's beautiful. We've got Carbon. I'm not going to go through every single shade because I am going to keep these pretty much. Let me actually have a little closer look and see if there is any that I want to get rid of and I can make a little palette of maybe, but I don't know. Let me just decipher this. Okay, I've gone through and I just kind of reorganized this side because it was annoying me. I'm going to get rid of these four. So I've got the shade Passionate, which I think MAC still do, but I have this shade A Little Tamed, which they definitely still do, which is a Powder Kiss. It's a bit of a softer, more buildable formula, so I prefer that one compared to this. Is a little bit hard panned at the minute. We've got Vapor, which is a really old one. It's again kind of a hard pan. And I've got Blank Type, and I've got this one and this, like they kind of all look similar, has a soft shimmer to it. This one also kind of hard panned. This is just Wing. I think this was limited edition. It's a beautiful colour, but it's just limited edition. And then this one here is Wow Factor, which is just like a lilac, but it's not really like much of anything when it's on. I will say MAC shadows are not my favourite. Well, they are. They're not my favourite. That was a double negative. They're not my favourite. I think for the amount of money MAC make, they could definitely invest a bit more into their shadows and make more interesting shades. Keep all their basics, like all these kind of ones here. Keep their basics, but definitely make some interesting duochromes, like those Dazzle shadows. Like make a few more shades, different kind of textures, all that kind of stuff, because they do it the odd time. But they're only limited edition. I think they could actually invest in more. So we're going to get rid of those 4 shades. Okay, next up we're going to do Inglot. And I've got these little 5-pan palettes. These are the old ones, the round ones, which they done round, and the big squares. And they were all the same price, but you get more products in the square ones. So they got rid of the round ones because people were only buying the squares. And in this... See, I love my Inglot so much. I know they're not like the best formula in the world, but they are definitely better than MAC. I adore my Inglot so much, so I really don't see myself getting rid of anything. This is just like a basic kind of neutral palette, simple sort of, mostly shimmers, but has one matte in there, so I'm going to keep that one. These are my rainbow shades, which I do pull every so often because there is really interesting shades in it. So you get 3 colours, like a gradient of colours, which are really good value because they're only like €1 or 2 more expensive, but you get 3 shades in it. And I don't go through eyeshadow that much, so I wouldn't go through these as often. They're beautiful. A lot of these I don't think you can get anymore because Inglot did kind of downsize a little bit. This one, I would love to keep it. but it's so old. It absolutely stinks. I just I can't see myself using this in good faith on my own face. I don't think I would do that to myself. They're lipstick shades, and they're the Colour Play lipsticks, I think that's what they were called. And just they had like green, and they had like teal, all these different colours that you could mix and match and create different shades and just have weird colours in your collection in a palette. Again, aimed towards makeup artists, which was really, really good as well. I don't use them. I have used them a good bit, as you can see, like they are definitely loved, but I just don't use them anymore really, and I don't think I want to use them anymore because they're so old, so I think this has got to go. Okay, next up is my 10 pan palettes, which as you can see are some of my favorites because I have a big stack of them, and I have these all kind of done by colour as well. I spent a long time organising these, by the way. So we've got our green palette, green and teal, one of my favourite palettes, one of my favourite shades, obviously. I've hit pan on the yellow, definitely use that so much. Beautiful teals, gorgeous shades. This colour here, though, has got hard pan. It's a bit iffy to use sometimes, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that one. I may take that one out. I think I might have another teal in one of my other palettes, which I'll show you in a minute, which I'll let you know if I do swap them out, but I'm going to keep everything else in these palettes. I think they're stunning. Next up is my gorgeous blue palette, and again, this is kind of similar. It's the sequin shades. It kind of just got a bit hard pan and a little bit crusty. The rest are beautiful. The rest work really fine. It's just that kind of blue as well. So again, if I see something in my other palette, I'll take this one out and swap it out and declutter this one as well as that teal shade, but if not, I'll probably keep it because I do still like the shade. And then we've got my purpley mauve palette. This is one of my favourite shades. This is another favourite of mine. The lilac is a lovely one as well. Pink duochrome down here. Soft. I don't have a full-on pink palette. I've got like a red palette as well. But this is like my purples and mauve sort of shades, kind of softer shades. So I'm not getting rid of anything in this one. Then we've got my metals palette, as I called it. So my silver and greys and all my golds. They're all metallic on top there because it's gold. And then silver and greys down here. This is beautiful. This kind of charcoaly grey. It's not fully black. It's more charcoal. Is gorgeous as well. Silver is beautiful. Keeping all of these. I know you're probably disappointed in how much I'm not decluttering in these. But I love my single shadows. I do use them quite a bit. And then this is my red palette. This peach shade I've used the life of, as you can see. Again, this red is another one of those I may swap out if I have a different shade. I'll have a look. I'll show you the palette I'm talking about. I have a palette with like miscellaneous shades that just didn't fit in these. And I'll have a look and see if there's anything else, and I'll swap them out if I need to. But they're beautiful. This gorgeous like peach shimmer is stunning as well. Burnt orange shades as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then this guy, she's going. She is going. She's annoying me because she keeps crumbling. This is a blush palette. It's lovely. These blushes are beautiful. Let me swatch them and see how much I actually like them. Like, the one thing I will say about Inglot is their blushes are pigmented. I really like this coral shade here. And I really like this kind of cooler pink as well. Kind of like this orange. This one's definitely going because she's just annoying me because she just keeps crumbling on me. But I don't know. Maybe I'll keep the three that I like and then get rid of this one down here. Maybe. I do have other blushes as well that I could put in here. But I've got like 4 kind of ones. I'd love another palette like this and pop them into it. I don't know. Leave this one with me and I'll see what I can do with it. Okay, next are the big boys, the 20 pan palettes. The only thing I'll say is, although this is designed for makeup artists, these are so heavy. If you're to travel with these, it's insane. I have to let them down gently because they're quite heavy. This is my neutral palette that I made, and I love this palette so much. Can you tell which shades I really liked? This one I love for eyebrows. I thought that was beautiful. It's kind of like the copper plate from MAC. And this was a shade I actually waited months on. They just didn't have it in stock for ages, and I kept going in every time I was buying Inglot and seeing if they had it, but they didn't. And then I eventually got it. We've got beautiful dark rich browns down here, all our beigey shades. I'm not going to get rid of anything from this, I don't think. I think I'm kind of happy with this as a neutral palette if I need anything from it, and pull different things like more tan sort of shades up here, more cooler tones down here, soft pinky sort of shades, like a bridal palette. That's kind of what this is. So it's lovely. I love it. This is another round pan palette. They also did them in this size. A few of these are going to go, so you can probably tell This green has to go. She's crumbling just when you look at her. This black here as well is like a black with a silver sparkle in it. There's also one a gold sparkle and a blue sparkle, but the sparkle doesn't really show up. This black is stunning, one of my favorite blacks in my collection, or well, it was. I haven't really tried it in a little while. One of these oranges can go because they're both the same shade. I just accidentally got one, or I got one in a goodie bag, I think, as well. But I think a lot of these I can actually keep, apart from this one, and one of the oranges. I kind of like everything else. I think I might keep the rest. And then here we go. Here is our miscellaneous palette. I do have another lipstick in here, which I will be getting rid of. I'm definitely going to get rid of this one because she's about to bust and I'm afraid that it will. So I definitely want to get rid of this. So I definitely have like a kind of cobalty blue, which I think might be good in that palette. Although I do have a cobalt blue in that, or like a royal blue in that maybe. I don't know. I've got this green here. I've got a couple of other kind of khaki greens that might work in that palette. I'm not sure. So there's this kind of salmon sort of shade here, and I don't think I'm going to put it into this palette because I prefer the colour of this red. It's more vibrant, proper red. So I think I'm definitely going to keep that one in there, even though I said I was probably going to change it, but I'm not. Here's my blues again. This is the shade I was talking about here, but this is the other one, and I think they're very similar. So I don't think so. I'm still going to keep them. I'm just not going to swap them around into the palettes. I'm going to leave that one as is. Honestly, I think I'm happy enough to keep these as they are. Like, realistically, I'm still going to have these here. It's not like I'm getting rid of them completely. It's more so just those crumbly ones that I'm going to get rid of. So I'm just going to leave them as they are. I'm not going to change them. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so this one I'm getting rid of here. Ignore the palettes underneath. I'll just put them on top of here because it's just easier because they were already there. We're going to get rid of this palette up here. My lip palette here, and this lipstick as well, this blush, and these three shades. Now there's nothing really wrong with that, it's just that I have two of them, and there's not really wrong with that as well. I think this one has to go in the bin. The blush is actually not too bad, it's just that end kept crumbling, it's just annoying me. So, and I have loads of blushes like that, so I think I could put them into just a little palette and give them to one of my friends that would use these. I don't know, whoever would use these kind of shades. Just not the lipsticks, because I don't think anyone should be using them. Okay, I just adjusted my camera because I realised you're really far away. I don't know why. We are going to move on to my last Inglot palette, which has 4 cheek products in here. These are not Inglot down here. We'll go through those in a second, little segue into that. But these are my 4 cheek shades. So I've got this beautiful contour. This is the shade, what shade are you? 513. I've used this a lot. I actually really like it. And I've got these two here, which are the Illuminizer blushes. Fusion Blush and Illuminator. The shade 204 is the more neutral, that one there. And then 203 is the more kind of corally peachy one. These are stunning, by the way. These are beautiful. I hope Inglot still do these. I think I might order online a little blush palette and stick these into it and maybe see if they have any more of the blushes as well. Oh my god, my fingers are so dirty. I'm keeping all of these cheek palette or cheek products, I think. This one here I got in a mystery bag kind of thing. So you've got like a highlighter one. This is like a bronzy shimmer. But I think I could kind of get away with that as a blush maybe, because it kind of has a rosiness to it. More golden highlight for the summer, and then a white one, which is probably what I use the most, let's be real. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep all 4 of these. I'm going to look for a palette with the 4 kind of slots in it as well, and then maybe pick up another blush to fill that palette, because it's annoying me now that there's one spot missing. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep those. We'll leave them in here. This is a flexi palette, so it doesn't have any slots in it. That's actually really, really handy for this kind of thing where you've got random things from this brand. It fits really nicely in here. Okay, so down here we've got some randoms. These are all Coloured Rain over here, and this one is from Luxie. It's called Cascade. It's one of their trichromes, I think, and this is beautiful. Oh, she's so pretty. Such a beautiful shade. We are definitely keeping this. I'll pop it into a palette somewhere. They've kind of just been floating, but I have a little mini Z palette that fits like 9 in it, and I think it'll go well in that. And then these ones, I think I'm going to keep all of them. I just want to swatch this one, Chameleon, because it's not super shiny. It's more just like a satin duochrome. I kind of like it. It kind of looks like it glows, like a UV almost, but soft. I think I'm going to keep all of these. I do. I think these are really nice. I don't know why I bought all neutrals, to be fair. I don't normally wear neutrals. I just kind of got them for the sake of trying them. This brown here is beautiful. This one is called Chocolate, and it is the most beautiful chocolate brown. She's lovely. Beautiful silver. The shimmers are lovely in these. They're really metallic, and they're just beautiful. So yeah, I am going to keep all these and pop them back into their little home, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shades in my little 9-pan palette. And here she is. Here's my little palette here. I think it's lovely. I do dip into it the odd time, and I do want to keep a lot of my single shadows because I am doing more build your own palette series, so I like having a good few options from different brands as well and see what we can come up with everything. So yeah, I am enjoying these. They're very nice. Okay, so up next we've got Colourpop, which we're not really going to get rid of a lot of these. I think I have a double of 1 or 2 of them, definitely 1 anyway. This is my pressed glitter palette, which I ordered because it was on sale. I very rarely use it, but I think I'm going to keep it because I think it's handy to have something like this, especially if I'm going to like a festival or I don't know, a concert or something like that I want to add like some pressed glitter, just quick and easy, dabble it on. I did bring this to Electric Picnic action. I did use this one, I think, when I was there. Kind of has like a reflects kind of gold and teal when I was doing like a proper festival look as well. But I think it's nice to have these. I think they're yeah, I'm okay with keeping these. This is my all shimmer palette from Colourpop here. I've divided them into shimmers and mattes. So all my shimmers in different shades, neutrals, kind of duochromes, bright, vibrant, popping pinks, my lime green as always, beautiful blues. This one, let me see. Yeah, no, I kind of like you though. You're an odd blue. I like that. I think my single shadows, I knew I wasn't going to get rid of a lot of them, so don't expect anything spectacular here. This is my matte palette, which I think is very satisfying to look at. I don't know why, they look really smooth. And this one here, or these two here, are the same shade. So one of them, and they're beautiful, it's called Say I Do. I'm going to pop into my palette that I have in my boyfriend's house. I do have a palette, I think there's a space in it as well. And I'm going to pop it into that, just as like a light pinky neutral shade, but I'm gonna leave it in here for now because I don't want it to go missing. But yeah, you've got like some vibrant kind of more green shades. I don't have a lot of I don't have any blue mattes from Colourpop, which I think I could do with a few, although I don't really need any more eyeshadows, do I? No, I don't. But you know, just to have a bit of variety from each brand, I think I could do it maybe 1 or 2 blues, like a navy and like a sky blue or something like that, just to throw in there. Next up is Makeup Geek, and we are not going to get rid of a lot of these either, maybe 1 or 2, but not really. This is my all shimmer metallic palette. I'm keeping every one of these. I love these shades, they're stunning. Some of these look very similar, but they're actually not. They're quite different once they're actually on the eye. I just love these shades. I love these kind of murky greens down here, a nice deep blue. I've used a few of these in my build your own palettes already, so I'm definitely going to keep these ones. This is my all matte palette. This is one of my favourite shades, which looks so boring. It's called Babyface. I wish I could get it again because it's the most beautiful, just base colour that still looks like you've got a bit of shadow on. It's not just a base shade because I don't use base shades like that. So if I just want something quick over the eye to look like there's something on my eye, but not really, that's the kind of colour I go for. The black is stunning. Grunge I love. These kind of burgundy shades I love as well. They are different. One is Cherry Cola and one is Aphrodite. And beautiful kind of aubergine sort of shades, some brighter kind of shades as well, and a lot of neutrals up here. Friend Zone is very like copper plate, which I do like to always have from brands, and more kind of soft brown neutrals. I just think it's a lovely palette, more golden shades, a more mustardy sort of brown. I think it's beautiful, so we're keeping that. Now this palette, I don't know, let me see. The blushes and the contour I'm definitely going to keep. So this one is Romance, this one is Cherish, and I love Cherish as my favourite. This one's not actually Makeup Geek, this one is from Nabla, it's the shade Gotham. Bought it for 2 reasons. One, because the shade is beautiful and it definitely works for me, even though I haven't used it in a very long time because I kind of forget about it being in this palette. And also because it's called Gotham and I love Batman, so nerd. I've got beautiful kind of denim blue, deep emeralds, kind of blackened emeralds. This one, oh, see when I swatch them, that's my problem. When I swatch it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. This one, yeah, I like that one too. These ones up here are beautiful as well. Yeah, see, they work. If they come out really vibrant and pigmented, I'm happy enough to keep them because I just like having my single shadows. I don't know, I really enjoy having them, even though I don't use them as often. That's why the Build Your Own Palette series started, because I want to use them more. I do love them. I love making my own little palettes with them. And then lastly, we've got Glaminatrix, Cleona, and Terra Moons. I'm not getting rid of any of these, sorry. I know, I'm boring. I'm so boring in this one. And this one definitely has space for a few shades. I can definitely fill about at least 3 more. I love this, even though I haven't actually used it. We've got Bobble, which I do have twice, this one here, and it's because it's in the Silent Night palette, but I didn't know that, and I ordered it with the Silent Night palette and I got the 2 of them together. But anyway, it's fine, it's fun to have for my Build Your Own palettes. I kind of just done a rainbow of mattes and a rainbow of shimmers when I first ordered from them, and done a whole look and a swatch party with them, and then I added some of these shades in. I love this deep royal blue. This one they sent to me in PR. This one is electric, and it's one of the multi-chromes. It's just everything you ever want in an eyeshadow, really. It's just so shifty and beautiful. But yeah, I am going to keep all of these. These purples look very similar, but one is darker and one is more violet. I'm happy to keep all of them. We're definitely keeping them. Also, just bear in mind, yellow shimmer, excuse me, yellow shimmer that's not gold, it's just vibrant shimmery yellow. Hard to find, let me tell you. Then we've got my lovely Cleona, and I'm not getting rid of any of these either. I don't know why, I feel like I had, no, I've definitely only had 14. I don't know why I thought I had 15, but I definitely had 14. These are all beautiful. These are all like shifty multi-chromes, so you can kind of see the shifts in them there. They're beautiful, and I only recently got them. I love them, I adore them, and I'm so happy to be able to throw these into my different Build Your Own palettes and play with them and come up with cool colour stories with them. I think they're lovely. And then last is my Terra Moons, very well loved Terra Moons. These are also shifty and beautiful. I'll show you the shifts so you can see some of them, and I love them. These all look white, but they're not. One is like a blue, one is a green, one is a kind of peachy kind of shade, one is a golden shade, and one is a pink. And I think they're lovely, and I'm definitely going to get more of these, the Cleona and the Glaminatrix. I think I'll do another little single shadow order probably around Black Friday or something like that and get some more of these. Okay, a very sad declutter, because this is all I'm actually getting rid of for this color. My hands are filthy and full of shimmer, but that's okay. I'm happy. I am happy. I'm definitely happy. I know it's not a lot. It's not making a huge amount of space in my drawer, but they all kind of fit into the one drawer, and I'm happy with that. That's okay. But it's my curated palettes that I definitely really want to get into. I cannot wait to get into that. And I know you guys are probably all very excited because I love watching palette declutters. Again, I don't know how hard I'm going to go in that either, but I'm excited to just get it down and get it into a nice organized fashion, because it's definitely not right now. The palettes are everywhere. They're all over the place. But yeah, that is my single shadows. I am going to put this all away, and I'm going to get out my face palettes, and we'll quickly go through those as well, because I don't think that'll take too long. Okay, on to face palettes. We've got more back here, but they're all big, so I have to kind of start in the front and then we'll work our way backwards. We've got like 2 MAC palettes, and the rest are all like 1 from each brand, because you don't need many palettes from each brand, and you also don't need many face palettes either. My thing with face palettes is particularly like ones that are, we'll say like this one, which I do like. So something like this, where there's like lots of bronzer shades and a couple of highlighter, like matte highlighter shades. They're great and it's great value, but as the average makeup user, unless you wear fake tan or you go quite dark in the summer and lighter in the winter, you're very rarely going to use like a lot of the shades in these palettes. That's my only issue with palettes like this. They're a great idea and were really popular, but I came to realize that, like, for me, if I'm going to use it on just myself, I'm only going to use maybe 2 shades out of that palette. So then it's not really great value. I could just buy 2 shades that I actually know I will use and love. But anyway, rant over. Let us get into this declutter. So we're going to start over here with this Tanya Burr Sweet Cheeks face palette. This is when she had Tanya Burr Cosmetics, and it was a Christmas set that my friend got me, and I really love it. I love the packaging. I love how small and sleek this is as well. It's really nice, but I just don't use it. I don't. Like, the bronzer is lovely, the blush is a bit wishy-washy, the highlighter is nice as well. I just never use this. Yeah, it's just a bit wishy-washy. I don't know. I want to keep it because it was a present, but I don't know if I'm ever going to use this. So I'm going to put it in the maybe, because I just might keep it for sentimental value. Maybe. Next up we've got Zoeva. I got this in an advent calendar. This is the Screen Queen face palette, and it looks like this here. This is lovely as well, but I'm probably going to get rid of this because I'll use this and this, but like I wouldn't even reuse that, if that makes sense. And then this is too deep as a highlighter for me. It's too shimmery as a bronzer, and it would look a bit funny as a blush on me for some reason. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one. This one I'm definitely going to get rid of. This is the Makeup Revolution HD Pro Strobe palette. So you've got 2 creams. This is like a pink duochrome, and this is more of a golden duochrome. And then you've got 2 powder highlighters. Like they're nice, they are quite nice, but I'd never use it. So one is more champagne or like peachy champagne, and one is more pink. I am just not going to use it. I don't use it. You will see, I've got really nice highlighter palettes here. Then we'll do this one. I am going to keep this because I do actually quite like this. The deepest shades are a bit dark, like these two are too dark, but these two I can get away with, and then I can use these for like brightening and things like that. And this is a great contour shade, and I did get this in an advent calendar as well. I think it was the glossy box one. It's lovely. It's the Park Avenue Princess face palette, and I like it, and I love the packaging. It's really like, you know, sturdy packaging. Then onto MAC, I've got this guy here, which is the Hyper Real Glow Get Lit is the one. This is the lightest one that they've done. They've had a few shades. I think this is discontinued now. It's got a light kind of soft blue duochrome, a soft pink duochrome, and a more champagne shade. I love this palette. I love this. I love the texture of these. I think they're stunning. I actually quite like mixing these two together for some reason. I don't know why, but they give a really beautiful icy effect on the skin. I really like this palette. We're definitely going to keep this one. And then my other MAC palette is this one here. This was a Christmas collection. It was the Shiny Pretty Things collection, and it is the Fair Compact, the lighter one. And I'm keeping this as well because this, when I was doing my blush and bronzer declutter, I was talking about these two formulas here. So MAC have the Extra Dimension highlighters and blushes, which are stunning and beautiful, and I love them, and I kept all them. That's fine. And the highlighter is very much that. This blush, especially this bronzer though, this is what they need to come back with. When they brought out the Sunkissed bronzers, I thought that's what the bronzer was going to be like this. It's almost like satin cream, but it's not cream, it's powder, but it's satin, but it kind of looks satin on the skin, but it's not shimmery. It's very hard to describe, but it's just beautiful. And the same with the blush. These two, they brought these two out, MAC, you'd be onto a winner, I'm telling you now. But I'm keeping this. I've got this Wonder Beauty Trip for Two blush and bronzer duo. I know I've done some duos and trios in my blush declutter, but this was in here because it's a little bit bigger. This is nice. The bronzer is quite nice. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in it, but I don't know. I really like the colour of that bronzer though. It's quite golden. I actually really like the look of that. I might keep this one, I think. Yeah, I think I might keep that for now anyway, and then if I do another declutter in the future, it might go. Now we've got Sol Mon highlighter palette from Odin's Eye. This is what she looks like here. I got this in the mystery box that I ordered, the first time I ever ordered anything from Odin's Eye, and it was lovely. I did kind of want the other one, and I can't remember what one it was. It was the one with the shade Salamander in it. They just look so interesting. But you've got like a classic champagne shade here, a more peachy shade, which I would kind of use more like a blush. This is like a really pretty blue duochrome up here. It's the shade, I don't know how to say that word, so I'm not going to try. And then this one down here is more like a white gold reflect. Beautiful. We are keeping it. We like it. Because of the palettes, I always just gravitate towards my blush or bronzer drawer. I should really dip into these more. I definitely should. Next up, we've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, and I love this. I do use this actually quite often when I want a duochrome highlighter. So we've got 6 shades. We've got Blue Ice, which is a blue duochrome, Star, which kind of has like this silver sort of tone to it. It looks quite dark, but it's actually not when it goes on. You've got Purple Horseshoe. We've also got Blue Moon, which also has a lilac-y kind of tone to it, but this is a little bit stronger. But you have the 2 options. More of a green sort of shift to it. It kind of looks more gold there, but it's more green. And then this one has a pinky, peachy sort of shift as well. I am going to keep this one. My boyfriend's sister got this for me in New York because she was like, I'm going to New York. When you convert the money, it's cheaper buying makeup over there. She's like, do you want anything? And I was like, yeah. Get me this and I'll give you the money for it. Next up we have this, and I'm also kind of on the fence with this, and you've probably never even seen this on my channel unless I showed it to you in my makeup collection video. This is from number 7. It was a Christmas collection illuminating palette is all it says. I was very much like, I'm getting rid of that, and then I swatched it and I'm kind of like, I don't know, I actually kind of like how that looks. I think that's pretty. I think it's very nice. It's very natural, but I think it's very pretty, so I'm actually going to keep this. It was also, this set that I got was a gift from my mother, so I kind of want to keep it for that reason. Next up is probably the newest one in my collection, and we are not getting rid of this at all. This is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Noctilucent Highlighter Palette. The most sparkly, wet looking, iridescent highlighters you will probably ever find. I still haven't used this. It's not because I'm afraid to use it, it's because I forget to use it, and I need to use it. It's like this beautiful, look at that. Look at that. Is that not just, oh, yeah, she's gone on my cheek at some point. I don't know when or where, but you're gonna go on my cheek. We've got this kind of pinky duochrome far out. You've got Phenomena, which is more of like a kind of, well, this is more purpley pink. This one is more like red pink. You have got Apparition, which is more of a blue. You've got Transience, which is more green, and then Enlighten, which is more that flash of gold. You can kind of see it when I tilt it like that. Just beautiful. Beautiful, sparkly, super sparkly, wet looking cheeks. Stunning. Then I've got this bad boy. This is the Huda Beauty. I also got this in an advent calendar. This is, what is this one called? The Winter Highlight Palette. And this is beautiful. This kind of has a similar idea to like the Anastasia one, but stronger. It's also got a similar idea to the Noxolucent, but not as sparkly. It's more that foil sort of effect. Stunning. And even that pinkier shade can work just as a highlighter on me. This is a cream, which I'm not like, it's a bit, it's alright. Not too, it's not great, but it's alright. But these 3 shades is the reason why I'm going to keep this, because they are beautiful. That is like the strongest gold shift I think you'll ever find. Now this is from Primark Beauty. It's PS Glow Contour and Highlight Kit, and this is kind of another example of what I mean by, like, for the average makeup users to say, if I'm buying makeup just for myself, I'm not going to buy all these palettes because I'm not going to use all the shades in them. I can only use these 2. I can't use these 2. They're too dark for me. And I would only use this one as a blush and a highlighter, so I don't even get a bronzer out of it. You know what I mean? And they're metallic, completely metallic as well. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't use it for that reason. I never bust it out for that reason. And I just don't use it. Then I've got this one here. This is the Fetish palette from, it still says Kat Von D Beauty, or Kat Von D, but it is KVD Beauty now. And this I got as a Christmas present off my mom as well, and this is beautiful. So this kind of has like, I actually have this one already in a single, but I don't mind having it again because in the palette it's actually quite nice because I have other colours to play with, and in the single I can just pull that out when I want it. You've got matte shades and then shimmer highlights to go with it, so your blush and then your highlights to go with it. This is beautiful, and I very rarely use it. I use Rose Shock a good bit, but I very rarely use it. But I love the fact there's like a lavender blush and then a lavender highlight. I think it's stunning. Beautiful palette, lovely texture. Really need to use it more. I'm gonna make a point to actually use my palettes more, but that is definitely staying. And then lastly, this was actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to take me longer, but it doesn't. This is the Cheek Parade. This is like this, like the first birthday present my boyfriend ever bought me, or part of it, because he got me other things as well, but this was like the first like makeup thing he ever bought me. This is my Cheek Parade from Benefit. You've got Hoola Light and Hoola, which I do use both the odd time. I prefer Hoola Light. It looks very pale there, but I am pale, so and I'll kind of use a bit of that sometimes in the summer. I've got California, which is beautiful. That's also kind of that texture I was talking about from MAC, the extra dimension one that I wanted them to have. Dandelion, which I do have in a single form, but I love Dandelion. You probably know that because I use it so often. And then Rockateur, which is beautiful. And I know Benefit changed all their blushes, and some of them are still there. Most of them are not. I don't think they do California anymore. I don't think they do Rockateur anymore. I don't think they do Coralista, which was another one as well. Bella Bamba. I don't think any of them still exist now, and I'm very sad about it because I'd love to get Rockateur as a single as well, just to have around, because this is the kind of colour I'm very much into right now. Love this. I've never used the brush. She just sits in there. Never used it. I actually think there's dust on it. That's how little I've used it. But yeah, I love this palette. I love it so much. I will always have this palette in my collection. I will never be getting rid of it. Okay, so for the cheek palettes, which was a very quick declutter, yeah, I'm glad I kind of paired these two together, because this was I'm filming for 12 minutes for this section. I started off at 16, and I am going to get rid of that Tanya Burr Sweet Cheeks palette, I think. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. For now, we'll say yes, I am. It may still stay in the collection, I'm not sure. But if I do get rid of it, we got rid of 4, so we're down to 11, which I'm okay with. I think I'm happy with that, and I think they'll fit a little bit better into my drawers. I'm happy I got rid of that Primark one and the Makeup Revolution one. I'm very happy I got rid of those. They were definitely 2 that I knew I was going to get rid of. But yeah, that is it. That is our declutter for today. A double declutter, because we done our single shadows, which didn't go very well, and we done our face palette, which didn't really go too well either, but considering I didn't have that many, it actually went okay. So I am going to pull you back to future Karla, because I haven't filmed the intro or outro for this yet, and see what she has to say. Alrighty guys, back to present Karla, kind of. Not really present because this is going to go up after I filmed today. It's not going up today. Anyway, welcome back. We have done our declutter. What do we think? As I said, it wasn't a hardcore, and I said at the beginning of the actual declutter when I started doing the declutter, it wasn't a hardcore one. So don't expect anything spectacular. But I am very happy. I'm happy with my collection. I'm very happy with things I got rid of, things that just needed to go. And I kept things that I probably didn't need to keep, but I still kept them because I'm doing my build your own palette series and I like to have a lot of single shadows. So I'm happy with it. I'm very happy. You may not be happy, but I'm happy. That's all that matters. So I want to know down in the comments below, what is your favorite brand for single shadows? Let me know that down below, because I'm always kind of looking as well. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support. Get me around to more people and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see the palette declutter coming. I'm very excited. Again, I don't know how hardcore I'm going to be in it because I do love most of my palettes, but I will be getting rid of a few. So we will be curating it down a little bit. But you get to see all my palettes again, and everyone loves to see everyone's eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what it is about eyeshadow palettes. We just love, we're obsessed with them. We love seeing them. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. I'll post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, including this one. And my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content, so go give both of those a follow down below. And that is it. That is all for our declutter today. I don't want to ramble on anymore because I want to get into filming something else right now. So I will see you in the next video, guys.